Okay, so the base album is done, and I've gone through the paper pack and I've selected paper that I would like to use in the album. So this album is going to be kind of particular to this paper pack. So for my front page, I've used DBV 3226. I've actually put these in order already. And what I want to do is just cut this down. This is an 11, if I remember correctly. So I thought I said 11 and a quarter, but it's 11 and a, it's about 11 and a half by 11 and a quarter. So that's 11 and a half going that way, and it's always a little bit, yeah, 11 and a half by 11 and a half. So what I want to do is I want to trim off this piece so that it fits my album. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to trim off the base. So I'm just trimming off the advertising strip, the barcode strip, and remember to keep them because it's got all those bits at the back. Right, if I trim this bottom piece to 11 3/8, I'm going to lose some of the pattern. But if I turn it around and I trim it to just under 11 and a half, I'm just literally going to, sorry, that's 10 and a half, just about to make the hugest faux pas. Okay, so if I go here and I trim it to just under 11 and a half, I'm going to cut that a little bit off the top. I do like that writing there, but it is what it is. Don't throw these away because we might need them at a later stage. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to flip that page around and it should fit my album. Okay, I need to cut it down a little bit more. So I'm going to cut a little bit more off here. Cut it to 11 3/8. All right, now I don't want to get rid of too much. I'm going to have to cut it to 11 3/8 again. So I'm kind of looking which side. I might just snip a little bit off here. And then turn it around and cut it to 11 3/8. So I've still got, I still have the essence of the paper pack. Okay, so let's have a peek here. And that fits. There's a little black border all the way around, and I'm happy with that. And I'm thinking that I should look for my distress tool. It should be here. Oh dear, I don't know, things just feel very off at the moment in my craft room. I definitely need to go through it. So let's just do one of these, because you know me, I'm not a big chalking girl, inking for the sake of just inking. And I'm going to add that to there. Let's get a bit of double-sided tape. And just tape around the edges. And then do my usual trick. And then add a bit of glue. and pop this down. And stuck. Okay, so that's the front page started. Woohoo! I love the little bees. Cute. Okay, on to the next page. This is going to be my front. It's going to be my inside cover. So again, I'm going to trim down the barcode strip, or trim the barcode strip off. Advertising strip, whatever you want to call it. And again, keep these little bits because you never know, we might need them. I'm going to trim this to, I'm going to trim that little strippy off, and then I'm going to trim on this side. So I've taken a wee bit off each side. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with this one. So I'm going to cut this down to, I actually think I'm just going to take this whole thing off. 11 3/8. I'm going to use this tool again. And this is going to be my inside cover, just like so. Just remember, make sure you don't leave it so it's too long and it goes over the fold. It will move over time and it won't look great. Before I stick that down, I'm going to get a piece of acetate. I've cut it to 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I am going to score. It should be at 1/4 inch, but I hate working on that side, so I'm scoring it at 7 3/4 inches. Okay, so basically I've just scored it 1/4 inch. Then what I'm going to do, let's take my crib notes off. Just folding it. Okay, so that's the way it's going to sit on the page. I feel like I'm all thumbs today. Is that the right word? Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just mark the corners. And mark it through the intersection. So kind of where it's the two lines intersect each other, you're going to mark it through there. Now what I want to do is I want to attach this to create a pocket. So it's going to be attached there, like so, and there we're going to pull this over. We're going to do this before we stick down. Okay, so just make sure it's all tucked in nicely. Oh, I can hear checkers 6060 or Mr. D. The dogs are going to go crazy soon, I think. Right. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, at this moment in time, this is a little big. What we're going to do with this is we're going to fold it back and we're going to create a double, like a tuck spot there and a pocket there. Okay, I'm going to trim this down. It's going to be just a little bit too big for the album. So literally I'm going to just trim a slither off the top and the side. Obviously the side, the top is the ones that I don't have the acetate stuck to. And then I'll just have to redo this. Okie right, so seems like this is a little, it's moved a touch, so let's just try lifting it. I don't think it's not gonna work that well because it's stuck. So let's just, you're not gonna see it, I'm just gonna move it. Let's just stick it down. And then we're going to come in with our tape. I do like to tape the edges just to stop the glue from running out. So I've never used this Nouveau glue, so let's hope it's okay. I honestly love the art glitter glue, it's just my favorite. Okay, so let us remove or create our zips to make our life easy. I don't know if I'm completely sold on this thing. I think one thing with this Nouveau glue does give you a bit of wiggle time, whereas the art glitter sticks almost immediately. You don't have that bit of wiggle time. Alright, so that's ready to come back and to work on, because we're going to be creating a little place to stick bits and pieces and also a pocket, and we can still then see the beautiful design. We can also add a photo over here if we want to. Next up, we're going to be working on page 1, and to page 1 I am adding this DBV 32277 and hold it set. Right, now that Mr. D has been, we can carry on with this page. So before we got interrupted by him, we're working with DBV 32277. I'm going to trim off this barcode advertising strip because I love it so much. How gorgeous it is. I'm going to pop that there. And then I am going to trim this down. I think I want it, so I don't know whether I want it landscape or portrait. If I do it this way, it's got like an imaginary line there already, so I think I'm going to do it this way. Pages are 11 inches by 11 inches, so I'm going to cut this down to 10 and 7/8 by 10 and 7/8. Just look and see which side you want. Do you want more of the yellow or more of the green? 10 and 7/8. Yolks. So we can still, I mean, we didn't have to decide. We could have a look in the album and have a look. Do I want it that way or do I want it that way? So many decisions while I'm deciding. Let's have a peek. Do we want it that way or that way? We are going to be having some things there and there. I think that one. Okay, I like the bits of yellow sticking out. I'm going to be super lazy and I am going to just glue this one down. My sweet petunia. Let's get this stuck. Next, I have cut a whole lot of pieces. So let's pop my album to the side, pick up the scoreboard, and we've cut them to 5 inches. So we're going to prep and score the 5.5 by 5. We're going to score on the 5.5 side at 5 inches. And we've got 4 of those. Next we have 5-inch pieces and we're going to score on the one side, we're going to score at 4.5 inches. Then we have some 4.5 by 5s that we're going to score on the 4-inch side. Popping our scoreboard down, we are going to score at 1/2 inch in the 1/2 inch section created by the score line. We are going to score we're going to attach the double-sided tape, or adhere the double-sided tape in the right side in the 1/2 inch area created by the score line. We are not mitering corners, we are just merely attaching the double-sided tape. And this is going to allow us to have quite a few photos. Oops, sorry, that was my scoreboard. That woke you up, huh? And we are going to fold them. There seriously can't be another delivery. Same house, another delivery. Okay, so hopefully that's their deliveries done for the night, because there are only 2 people who live here. So how many Mr. D deliveries can you have in one evening? Right, so just folding these all. And ready to go. So you do have some options here because the pages are square. You do have some options. When I was doing the design in my head, I came up with the idea that I would have some flaps so they would open that way. Oh, and that's what I forgot to do. I meant to put a magnet in the middle. Darn. Okay, so we got 4 pages that look like so, and they're just going to open, and then these will fit inside, so each flap has a couple of pages. So let's get sticking. We need to position the outside ones first. And I'm going to try and get sort of an equal distance. Okay. So that the gap in the middle is a little bit bigger so that we can get a closure in. Because you definitely want to do something fun with the closure. So these you need to make sure you've lined up along the side and kind of lined up the top as well. Right, once you've done that, our closure is going to come in the center here, and I meant to put a magnet there and I totally forgot, but we've got amazing laser cuts and stuff, so definitely something can be put there to hide the magnet. So I am going to just now I know what happened. I bought a set of a packet of pins on Take-A-Lot which said was stainless steel. Paid a lot of money for these pins. Anyway, they arrived and I put one in here to try. Definitely is not stainless steel. It has rusted inside there, and literally I only had it in for like 2 days. And the thing is that it's not sold by Take-A-Lot, it's sold on Take-A-Lot's site, and you cannot write a review if it's not a Take-A-Lot product. And so I paid an awful lot of money for something that is not stainless steel, so false advertising. And because it's not a Take-A-Lot product, and because I've used one, I cannot return it. So just be careful, read the fine print. Just really annoying. Okay, so we plop that there. Then what we're going to do, we've got the next, so we've got 3 sizes, and if you need extra space you can add, you could add more. This I use 3 pieces of paper. Okay, so we are going to 3, these should all end together. Okay. Needs to pop back a bit, so this might be a little bit time consuming because you need to get it right. And then you've got the smaller ones to go underneath. So I suppose you could draw a line. Now what's so weird here is that I've cut these all together on the same, on the guillotine which was set, and yet they all seem to be just out. Okay, so you've got 3 there and 3 there, and then I'm going to do the same at the top of the album. And this gives us a really nice opportunity to add a lot of photos. Oh, that one went a little bit quicker. It's going to do more damage to pick it up, and I don't really want to use undo, so my OCD will just have to sort itself out. So first page done, and straight away we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 4, so 28 photos on the front page. Yes. I also kind of like the idea of coming in possibly with this down the center, which is one of my thoughts. So I'm just going to leave it there, and then over here we will have something with a second magnet. Just grab the magnet, which will provide our closure. For now, let's just want to close everything. Let's just do that to keep it closed. Okay, So that's page 1 done. So we've done the inner cover and page 1. Turning over onto page 2, and I had set these double pages aside for page 2 and 3. Because it makes the perfect double page spread, we can trim these off, and then I have got some of these pieces that I thought we could come in with a score line on that one, and a score line on that one, a score line on there, and a score line on there. We could have a really nice double page layout, and we have got space for a couple of photos. So we shall get onto that in the next video.